it's Sammy Beltry. Welcome to my home. So I thought it was definitely time to do an update and share my birthing story, what's going on now. Montgomery is 1 month old. That just seems absolutely insane that I already have had her in our lives for a month. It blows my mind. And I just want to say a quick thank you for all of you guys that are supporting me and have been patient and have been like on this journey with us. We appreciate it so very much. So let's go ahead and just get into it. I know this isn't the best lighting, but we are falling asleep here, so mama ain't moving, okay? So you guys, all right, birthing story. So she was born on June 2nd, but the weekend before that, June 2nd was a Thursday. So the Sunday before that, I actually was like cramping really bad, like enough to where like I was sitting there and they kept coming and kept coming. And I was like, oh, these are getting intense. And then I finally was like, we have to go. So we went to the hospital, like we brought our bag, everything. And, we got into the room, they checked me, and I was 4 centimeters, but like I had been 4 centimeters for like a week before that. So not much had changed. So we stayed there, I think, for like 3 hours, because I'm like, if I thought I was in labor now, how am I gonna know the difference when I go home? And it was like the cramping like just kept coming so much that it's like I couldn't even relax. I couldn't like there. So they ended up giving me like a I don't know if it was, I don't remember at this point if it was a sleeping aid or a pain like a pain pill. I'm not sure. She got it approved with the doctor that was on call, and she gave that to me, and I was able to like finally go home and like sleep, and like my body started relaxing a little bit and my feet were so swollen. So after that, we went home. During this time, my friend Tina, which you guys know, you see her pop up as like the admin, she actually came from Alabama and stayed with us for like 2 weeks because my husband worked 40 minutes away, and she just wanted us to, you know, have some comfort because we don't have family over here. I want to open this can, but okay, we're good. Mom could drink energy drinks again. But of course, she had just literally, no, that Sunday night, she was still here. She was still here. So that was awesome. And then she ended up leaving on Monday because my husband's parents were supposed to be here Tuesday. They didn't get here until Wednesday. So John ended up basically taking the entire week off, which, let me tell you, that sucked because we cannot afford to take time off, and he works in the union. So he doesn't like get to have vacation pay or sick pay. It all gets paid out at like one time at the end of the year. So basically when we had Montgomery, he had to go back to work on Monday. But luckily my parents stayed with us. My mom stayed with us for like 21 days. Anyways, so I was getting induced. I chose to get induced. Our doctor asked us about it, and I'm glad I did get induced because I found out that the doctors out here, and I say out here because I gave birth in California to my other two, they were like, they're on call. So it's like, if they're not the on-call doctor on Tuesday, they're not gonna deliver your baby. And I was like, I had no idea. Like, I just thought Dr. Snyder's my doctor. So I'm gonna get him whenever I go into labor. That's not the case. So I am really glad I chose to get induced. Now, we went in at, I think, 7 in the morning on the 2nd, and I was pretty happy with the experience because I had told my doctor originally that I did not want to get induced because with Everett, they induced me and it was the worst experience ever. And I don't know all the terminology, y'all, but they stuck a balloon up my cooch and tried to induce the labor that way. And I found out later that it was a student that was doing it. And seriously, that hurt worse than giving birth itself. Like, it was horrible. So at first I said I did not want to be induced. Then he walked me through his process and assured me, since I was already 4 centimeters dilated, that hair is bothering me, that something like that didn't even need to happen. So we got in there at 7. And what did they start first? So they started the Pitocin, and the Pitocin wasn't working. I was not going naturally. Well, it's not natural anyways, but you guys know what I'm saying. I wasn't having contractions through the Pitocin, and they started me on a low dose, then they went a little higher. Then my doctor came in and he checked me, and he said, you know, I was still 4 centimeters. And he was like, I'm gonna check back in like an hour. If nothing's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and break your water myself. So I was like, okay, totally cool. He came back, still wasn't feeling anything, so he broke my water. And let me tell you, that was the weirdest feeling ever. And so he broke my water. Then I started waiting, and I wanted an epidural. So, and let me tell you, the hospital that I gave birth in, all the nurses were amazing. Like, what a great experience we had for it being our first time there. But so we were waiting, and then I started contracting, and I'm like, okay, these are fine. And she had told me that to get the epidural, they have to run a whole bag of fluids through you before the epidural. So she's like, when you start feeling uncomfortable, let me know, right? So I am thinking, well, uncomfortable is like when you can't stand it anymore, not like, oh, that cramp sucks, you know? So I waited it out, and I was like, okay, like, whew, these are getting intense. Called her finally and was like, okay, these are getting intense. I'm ready for the epidural. And so she still had to do the whole bag. So she put the bag on, and then I was like, I was in so much pain. So with Everly, I went into labor naturally, and like, you know, like when all the adrenaline's going and all that stuff, like you don't remember any of that because like you're all like hyped up and stuff. With Everett, I felt everything because they induced me and they weren't that great at it. And then this time, and I had gotten an epidural with both of them like fairly soon. Like I don't even remember getting that hardcore into contractions with Everly. And then Everett, once like they started seeing the contractions on the monitor, I got the epidural. So I didn't feel those either. With her, holy crap, I felt it. And I was like, okay, this is what it felt like. I definitely would have known the difference coming home from the hospital the weekend before. So she does the bag of fluid, and then we get to the bottom, and at this point, my contractions are like my amazing husband. He's like trying to like rub my face. I'm like clenching. I am almost at the verge of crying. The anesthesiologist comes in to do the epidural, and while he is doing it, oh, I was having like the worst contraction. Well, you guys, let me tell you, Mama waited way too long to tell them that I was uncomfortable, because what happened was he gave me my epidural. I go to lay down. The next contraction, I'm like, I have to push. Oh my gosh. And she was like, you know, the nurse, and she comes and checks, and she's like, yes. And luckily my doctor, he works in the building next door. Don't mind me. He works next door to the delivery center. So he was in there like right away. And I think it took 3 pushes. And let me tell you guys, so with the other 2, I had a full-on epidural. I do not remember really feeling pain like that. Maybe like a tightness or pressure, but I was like screaming like, I can't do this. If I wanted a natural birth, I would have had a natural birth. It's not supposed to be this way. Like I kept telling John, and he's like, no, you can do it. Like you can. And all the nurses were amazing. You know, they were like, just breathe through it. Like keep talking. They like were trying to ask me questions. And to all of you moms that give natural birth, I commend you. It is not for the weak, let me tell you. I would still, after doing that, I would still get an epidural if I had another baby, because that was so painful. But the crazy thing is she came after 3 pushes. That was all it took. And the first thing I said when they handed her to me was, oh my gosh, she has dark hair, because Everly and Everett had lighter hair, definitely not dark like hers. And then like how she has darker hair, they didn't have that. So, hey baby, all done? So that was the first thing that I said. And then the nurses were amazing. They like asked my husband for his phone, and they started taking pictures of her right away. Even when they were like weighing her, they took pictures for us, and they were like very aware of like keeping her privacy out of the pictures, my stuff out of the pictures and stuff. So it was really nice. Like they were just like on it the entire time. Hi. What's up? Love you. I know, I'm gonna have to put her on her swing. And then of course we're gonna have to wake her up because we have to swim. Yay.
No, it does not include that.
No. So what happened? So I only needed like 1 stitch, which was amazing. And after that, I'm trying to think. So yeah, after that, she was healthy and good. I was healthy and good. And then, of course, like the epidural started kicking in. So I only had to wait a little bit because I didn't get all of it, you know. They ended up shutting it off. And then we went over to, funny story. You guys remember that tour I gave you and how we were so stoked about that bed? And I was like, oh, I'm taking a vacation. I'm definitely staying here for the 48 hours. Well, we went in to the recovery room, and you guys, the mattress that was on there, literally you sit on it and it like that. Same thing with the pillows. I was so uncomfortable because remember, going into this, like the whole pregnancy, I've had back pain, and because of like the epidural and stuff, my back was aching so bad. I ended up sitting on like the recliner that was in there for the rest of the night, and we ended up leaving the next day because I was like, there's no way we're sleeping on that bed again. But it was a wonderful experience, except for the epidural not kicking through. But I'm kind of glad like I got to experience it, because you know, I'm epidural all the way. And so it was really cool getting to like experience the feeling and all of that stuff. So everything happens for a reason. I'm glad it happened. My recovery has been amazing. I have not had any severe back pain. You guys remember I had the sciatica throughout majority of my pregnancy, which was super hard on me. And I haven't had any sciatica pain. My back kind of gets a little like tightened up, but I've always had back issues coming into my pregnancy, so that doesn't, you know, concern me. But yeah, my recovery has been amazing. I am so excited to be active again and to like freely move around without being in pain. And she has been doing amazing. She eats, she sleeps, poops, pees, all, I mean, like she's just has been a great baby. Oh, sweet girl. And yeah, I've been trying to get back to work. That's probably been the hardest thing. And that's only because I feel so good that I'm like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. And then it's like, well, she needs to be taken care of too. She needs to eat. She needs to be, you know, rocked to sleep and stuff like that. And then I just try to give myself some grace and say, like, you're doing the best you can. It's only been a month, like, calm down, sister, you know? So it has been amazing. And I am so happy to get back on the blog. I'll be posting a lot more. Once I'm like getting in the swing of things, I have like a unboxing video to do from Restock, which will be fun. It's a bunch of like random Amazon items, so I can't wait to do that. I have an IKEA review. We got the kids like new dressers and stuff like that from IKEA. And what else? I don't know. There's gonna be a bunch. I can't wait to record and share our lives with you and share the baby with you. Again, I'll give you one last look at the babes. And all of the gifts that you guys have sent, we use them so much, and we appreciate it. You guys know that. You guys know, I hope you know that we appreciate it so much. And I'm hopefully gonna be making some thank you, like, announcement cards to send out to you guys. I have anybody that sent via Amazon, I should have your address in the registry. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I keep saying appreciate you, but I really do. You being here and watching this. And we have swim lessons soon, so got to get ready for that. And I will see you guys later. Bye.